Hello everyone and welcome to iBasiac. Welcome to another unboxing of a vintage vacuum cleaner. Now, believe it or not, I've had this for a week today in this state and I've not opened it. Proves how excited I am about opening this machine. I'm not very excited about opening it. It was a bit of an impulse purchase, you know, the sort of thing that you buy at a supermarket checkout when you're queuing up and you think, oh, I'll have one of those, oh yes, and it was a bit like that. I bought it and as soon as I clicked buy now, I regretted it. So it might not be one that stays in my collection, we'll have to see. It's an Electrolux 330, not very familiar with this model, more familiar with the Electrolux 345. But I think this is very similar in features. It just looks a bit different. But I think it does more or less everything that the Electrolux 345 did. This is supposed to be mint or in very good condition. I doubt it is. But anyway, we can but see. It's got the instruction book, I believe. Well packed anyway, very well packed. So let's remove all this first. Oh, it's in the original. Oh, I think it's got the original box. I didn't realise. So they've popped the original box inside a bigger box. Okay, first thing we've got is lots and lots of genuine bags. Electrolux self-seal dust bags for model 330, packet of 5. Now that's the colour of Electrolux bags I remember from my mum's 502. They were that yellow. That's 2. Right, 2 sealed packs of 5 bags in that sort of packaging. Then we've got another sealed pack, but in a different packaging. This saying now, it says for models 345 to 330. Self-seal dust bags. These bags are made in Sweden, it says, for Electrolux Limited. So, here's the cleaner. I did have a toy model of this a while ago and I sold it. Yeah, it's not quite as mint as it appeared on the... It needs a bit of a clean. Okay. Thank you for shopping at eBay. This has come from Wales by the looks of it. It's got a Cardiff postcode anyway. Oh look. Well, I'm going to be alright for dust bags. Yet another pack. I might sell some of those on actually. These ones. You will be able to get bags that fit this machine, but maybe not this sort of original type bag. These are non-reusable. Here we have the Electrolux Instructions for Use. I'll read it for you because it's quite a nice little bit of blurb. You are now the owner of the most advanced cleaner that modern technical know-how and craftsmanship can produce, the exciting Electrolux Automatic 330. You will find that with its wonderful automatic features, its unique automatic floor tool, and its higher suction power with fingertip control, the Automatic 330 will make your home cleaning easier and faster than ever before. The Automatic 330 is simple to use, but there is a right and easy way of doing things, as you will find from the following pages. A few minutes spent studying them will be well repaid in helping you get the best results. Oops, oh! Stuck it on there. There we go, let's have a look. Oh, there's a lovely lady. I'm afraid we haven't got a few minutes to study this. You can see the pictures anyway. You see, back in the day, the old instruction books featured proper photographs. Normally it's just line drawings You certainly don't often see an actual person using the cleaner. So that's the instructions. Okie dokie piggy-ma-pokey. Now I knew the hose, the hose is very rigid. Oh, it's very rigid. It's, I don't know. Oh, it's very, very rigid. I mean, that has, ooh, very dubious about that. I don't know what it's made of inside. It should be a little bit more flexible than that, I would have thought. It's gone very stiff. Looks a little bit yellowed. And that needs a clean. I did notice on the listing that that was dirty. That will come up with a bit of cream cleaner, I expect. One of those magic sponge things. One word of caution, don't use any of those magic sponges on any glossy parts of your vacuum, because they'll dull the finish. It's going to be okay on that sort of thing, that rubbery textured stuff, but not on anything else. There we are, classic Electrolux handle. There's the suction control. There's the clip that holds the butterfly tool, 2-in-1, which is in here. I've just seen it. Put that to one side. Assuming it's original, that one. 2-tone. Yes, well, it looks that in the instruction book. It's that colour, light grey and a dark grey. So you've got the very soft brushes, and then the wings open out on the other side to form the dusting tool. Should be a crevice tool in here as well. Yes, I can see it. There it is. Still need a bit of a wipe. Looks original. In fact, that crevice tool hardly looks used. I mean, it's grubby with storage, but there's none of the telltale sort of wear signs you get on the ends of the crevice tool. If they've been heavily used, they tend to wear out at the bottom. That one seems, after a bit of hot soapy water, I think that will come up almost like new. Now, this is in very good condition. That's the underside of the automatic. This, as far as I am aware, is the same as supplied with the Electrolux 345. This is in a grey colour. The 345, of course, was in a brown. There's nothing really automatic about it. It looked very, I remember the TV ad for the Electrolux 345. I've never found it on YouTube. I've got one on my channel of the Electrolux 502 featuring a lady called Katie Holland. She did also an Electrolux 345, and I always remember seeing, this is the part I remember of the advert, when she went from a carpet onto a floor and you saw the brushes go down. Well, all it is, nothing spectacular, they're just floating brushes. So obviously when you're on a carpet and you're pressing down, the brushes are retracted, but when you go onto the floor, they pop out. But that is in exceptionally good condition. I think that's all the tools, apart from the single aluminium tube. Again, hot soapy water will sort that out. No dents, it's pretty good. Whoops, now the cleaner itself. I'll just pop that to one side and just check the box. What's this? I don't know what that is, but it's not supposed to be in here. What's this though? There's something. Ah! Unique automatic feature. When the dust bag is full, the motor automatically stops. This ensures that peak cleaning efficiency is maintained. What I'll do in my demo for this, because I don't think I'll be filling it enough for it to stop, I will simulate a full bag and see if that feature works. Anything else in here? Some random bits and pieces. That obviously I don't think belongs to this cleaner, nor does that. Anything else? What's this? Well, any of you interested in vintage carrier bags? Here we are. And made of paper. Unfortunately the handle's broken, so I can't use it for my regular shop. But it's from the Co-op. This cleaner might have been from the Co-op actually, you never know. It's says Co-op, the sign of a modern store. That was in the days, I don't think they do anymore, but that's in the days when Co-op had department stores, sometimes branded Co-op, or they could have been called something else. A Sunwin House rings a bell. In York we had one called Victoria House. I think the one I used to frequent in Crawley in West Sussex when I was a kid, I think that was called Sunwin House. I always remember that big Co-op. I always remember seeing a Hoover High Power Compact. This was probably about 1980, I think. They produced a Hoover Compact that had a large royal crest on the front, much larger than normal. I had one of those. I might keep that. Co-op. Your caring, sharing Co-op. Now what's this? Another old bag. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? South Wales Electricity. Live better electrically. Again, this is bygone. This is when we had electricity board showrooms that used to sell all sorts of appliances. Sadly long gone. They were called Seaboard down where I used to live, or Norweb, or North Eastern Electricity Board. Wherever you lived, there would have been a local electricity board showroom. Most high streets would have had one. Okay, let's have the box out. I think that's everything to show you. Let's have a look at the box. I expect this was bought. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got some Bridgend. Somebody, I'm not saying her name, but well, I can say her name, I won't give you her address. She probably doesn't live there anymore, but Mrs. J. Greenway from Pyle in Bridgend, Glamorgan, bought this. Ah! She didn't buy it from the electricity board. She bought it. Oh, it's covering up her address. She bought it from K and Company, K's Catalogue. She got this, so she'd have probably got this on weekly terms, and she would have paid a premium for that. It would have cost more. Oh, and bless her. Looks like she's left some of her old tights in there for me. I didn't buy it from this lady, it was bought from someone else. There we go, Electrolux Automatic 330. For use only with UK voltages, it says. Right, that's the box. Let's have a look at the star of the show. The vacuum cleaner itself, and it's very faithful to the toy I used to have. It's very like it. It's a hefty machine, not mint, no, but I think, you know, it's a little bit grubby. It's an old vacuum, a little bit grubby, but I think it's going to clean up very well. Always remember this textured sort of vinyl covering Electrolux used to use. I don't think Hoover used this sort of covering, and maybe on their Harlequin or their Conquest. I have a feeling, yes, I noticed that in the listing. I don't know if I'll be able to turn that. I think I will. Might need gluing again. That 330 there, it's a little bit skew-if. On the other side, I think this is how it should be. Sort of. Is that skew-if as well? It says automatic. Okay, I'm just going to reposition the camera and we'll have a bit of a closer look at the vacuum. Well, here it is. Very, very 70s looking, isn't it? This is always an unusual thing I remember of Electrolux cleaners. Bear in mind that I didn't have much to do with Electrolux growing up. I was really Hoover, but I did come into contact with some Electroluxes. I always remember how strange it was to me that the cord rewind actually rewound into the wheel. Seems very smooth, pulling it out. Let's just give it a quick go. Wow, now that is good for a machine of this age. Electrolux always knew how to make cord rewinds on vacuums, unlike Hoover. I'm going to have to, I'll keep this plug for the sake of authenticity, originality, but as you can see, look, that, folks, is not the way to wire a plug. You see, you can see the brown and neutral wire. This outer portion of the insulation should have been under the cable grip, so that should be much further in, so I'll rewire that. This little device stops the plug from bashing into the cleaner, and you just unscrew it, which I will have to do when I rewire, and pull it along a bit. There we go. So I might actually cut a bit off. I'll rewire that plug nicely. So that there just stops it, as you can see, from banging into the machine. I think I'll leave it about there actually. Lovely smooth action, isn't that lovely? Of course, made in Luton, Bedfordshire this. Ah, now is that a repair or is that a little red tag? Oops. That rings a bell. I think that could be what we have on modern vacuum cleaners. They sometimes have two sort of, sometimes a black or yellow piece saying don't pull it out much further beyond that point. Perhaps that's what that's for, but that does move along. But anyway, that's the flex. Seems a fairly decent length. Let's have a look at the back. Made in England, it says. It is basically, I would say this is basically the same as the 345. It only differs cosmetically. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Oh, I love that. Look at that. That is in nice condition. That is in nice condition. Nice bit of sort of brushed. That's metal, that part. Made in England. When it says Lux. I don't know if you can quite see that. Can we catch it with the reflection? Oh, there we go. Look. Can you see? Lux. Not a soap. So that's the other side. Let's have a look underneath. It does feel a quality vacuum. I have opened of late some very nasty, cheap Chinese made vacuums. And this, oh, I have to say, apart from the dirt, I'm glad I bought this now. As long as it works. Because I can see that this is not at all worn underneath. You'd expect here, if it had heavy use, you'd expect round here to be quite battered. But look at that. Oh, it's quality, quality. Here, now anyone can date this for me? There we go. There's the rating plate. I'm not sure. I've no idea what the wattage is, actually. I'll have a look. You probably know before me. Anyway, it's model Z330A, product number 9004510, serial 452, a Lux product made in England, 240 volts, 750 watts. So the same wattage as the Hoover Freedom 750. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Here's the entrance, the hose entrance. Now, I think it can blow. I think, I'll have to check. I think we have a blowing action here. This I'll need to check up on. I think this affects the sensitivity of the dust bag indicator. And again, I'll have to look that up, which setting to put it on. Whether it's most sensitive there or I don't know. But anyway, that does something for the bag check indicator. I know that for a fact. That releases the door to get into the bag. I'll show you that in a minute. We've got the mark of safety tag still on it. I'll probably take that off. I'll keep it. On the top of the machine, again, this is a classic cylinder shaped vacuum. Now, I mean, from the sort of late 70s, early 80s, we started seeing more shapes. This was the classic sort of shape that started the cylinder vacuum cleaners. Very basic. Obviously, designs came along and changed it so it looks very dated. Big foot operated on off switch here. That's odd. There is a check bag indicator as well. I'm assuming that will light up if there's a blockage. Auto cord rewind. I think, I don't know if I can get genuine, but I think I can get filters for this. I expect I will need a new exhaust and a new pre-motor filter. I'm assuming that I get into it. Let me just check my book because I don't want to be forcing that off. See how we take the cover off. Oh, it does blow, using the blowing action. Right. To change the filter pad, remove the protective grill by placing 2 fingers under the rear end. Ah, the rear. No, it was under the rear end. Oh, there we are. Well, look at that for cleanness. I mean, I don't think this has been cleaned up. Because if it had, it would be all clean. I mean, it wouldn't have these sort of dirty marks there. I mean, it looks clean inside here. Look at that. I will be keeping this now, I think. It's a shame the hose feels very stiff, but anyway. That's where we can use it for a blowing function. But even the... I don't know how much use is this. If this is the original filter, look at that. I can probably wash that initially before I get some replacements, but that's carbon dust. I mean, that isn't bad, is it, at all? If it's the original. And I would not be surprised at all if it's the original one. Let's put that back. Okay, time to now look at the dust bag. Okay, to gain access to the dust bag, we press this button here. And off comes the top. Well, it doesn't come off, it just levers. Look at that, it's all metal there, look. There was no need for that to be metal. I don't know why it was made metal, but obviously this is from a time when vacuum cleaners were made a bit better. I think, yes, the machine itself, I think, is metal. I think it is. Underneath this vinyl cover, it's metal by the looks. Here's the bag. Very old dirt in there. A vintage bag of filth. It's not very full. It's supposed to be self-sealing. That one obviously isn't. Well, it's so old. Look at that. So let's have a look underneath. It's lined with... Oh, does this come out? There's a sort of a grill here. Again, I'm going to have to refer to my instructions. Where did I put them? Oh, did I put them over here? No, I didn't. Yeah, they're behind me. I think that will come out, that. Let's have a quick shufty. Can you hang it up? Ah! Now, you know what I showed you earlier, and I thought that doesn't belong with this. Well, it's... Well, I haven't chucked anything out. That thing, that little metal piece, I can't find it now. It's somewhere amongst all the packaging. That is for hanging it up on the wall. It's a bracket. You can actually hang this cleaner. You can hang it on the wall. There will be a little recess, I expect, somewhere. I don't know, it's possibly there. So you can hang it on the wall. I don't suppose many people did. Now, I can't see any reference to the pre-motor filter yet. So perhaps that wasn't one that they expected. Yeah, it would be odd if you're not expected to change that. Self-seal. No, it just says about the exhaust filter. They want you to change it 2 or 3 times a year. But there is nothing at all, which I'm surprised about. Because obviously there is a filter in here. Again, it looks very clean. There must be a way. This must come out. Oh, it does. It does. Or does it? Yes, it will do, surely. Maybe just a bit stiff. Well, I won't attempt. There is a filter, and I'm sure I'll be able to get to that. That should be able to be replaced. It's probably just a bit... Oh, hang on. It's probably never ever been lifted out, this. I can't do it. Anyway, I'll work all this out before the demo and show you that. But obviously there is the filter under there. But it's all very, very clean. I wonder if that's the only bag that's been used. I doubt it somehow, but... Well, everything so far, apart from the hose, which is a little bit stiff, it seems in very, very good condition. It probably looks much better. I mean, I can see that it's grubby, and on video they tend to look better than they are in real life, and on when people take photos of things. But I can tell you, in real life, it's looking pretty good. Let's plug it in then. Fingers crossed that this actually works. Well, as you can see, the check bag indicator has illuminated, so it's also, by the looks of it, a mains on indicator. So when I turn it on, I'm not sure if that will go out. Let's give it a go. Oh, listen to that. I mean, that is... Just listen to the quality of the sound of that motor. It's rare nowadays, isn't it, that you get a motor that sounds as good as that. I mean, it is... I don't expect it's very, very powerful. Switch it on again. Obviously it's not going to win any prizes for suction. This is the only thing that I'm a bit concerned with, the stiffness of that hose. But oh, that's a lovely secure fitting. And of course it swivels. It is very stiff, this woven hose. I'm assuming it's covering something else. Assuming there's, I don't know, a rubber or plastic hose inside. Oh, it does sound lovely. Okie dokie, I'll give it a quick go. I think the suction may be slightly better if I put a new bag in, which I will do. It's got that vintage old smell, but it's not an unpleasant old smell, you know, the vintage vacuum. It's not, doesn't smell a dog or anything. Old dogs. Oh, there we go. No, that hose is rather concerning me. It's rather rigid. I don't know if there's anything. Any of you know about these vacuums? Well, that's a little bit better. If there's any way of making the hose a bit more supple. If you could give me any hints, I would appreciate it. Okay, I'll give it a quick go, and then the next time you see this, I've given it a clean up. We'll give it a bit of a demo as well. Right, let's see how she handles on a modern carpet. Somehow think she's not going to do much damage to my bag of filth with that nozzle. It's very easy to push, but nevertheless I will test this machine on my bag of filth on carpets and hard floors, providing it's still working. It's quite heavy, but all in all, you know, I'm pretty pleased with it. Another vintage vacuum cleaner, one that I've never owned before, but yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? Lovely sounding cleaner. Good old Electrolux. Don't exist anymore. The brand name of Electrolux doesn't exist in the United Kingdom anymore. They're branded Zanussi nowadays, and obviously made in China. For us to get a modern Zanussi vacuum, put it up against this one. Well, I know which one will win for quality and noise level. The Zanussi might pick up better, but certainly would not last as long as this one has. This has had little use, definitely. It's had little use. It's probably been stored away for a while, didn't get used for some reason or other. Okay, before I go, one last thing, we'll just rewind all the flex, and then I'll bid you farewell until the next video, which will probably be a demo I've had an unboxing this week, so next week, where are my, where's the plug? Next week it'll probably be a demonstration. No idea what that will be. You'll have to tune in at 5 PM to see, won't you? What I'm going to do, I'll just leave it. It's all a bit curled up, the flex, but we will see if it's going to manage to rewind everything. Wow! Now, even though the flex is all curled up, normally with a modern cleaner it would have probably stopped halfway. It brought all that flex in, easy as anything. So there we go, that's the Electrolux Automatic 330 cylinder vacuum cleaner. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, because you'll be updated every time I upload a new video. I do modern machines as well as vintage ones. And also don't forget, check my back catalogue. If there's a vacuum cleaner you're interested in, click in the search box, search for it on my channel. You never know, I might have made a video of it. So until the next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.